understand how do we get to this position to where our brothers, you know what I'm saying, they resort to poisoning their own people. Our sisters prostitute themselves in the woods. You know what I'm saying? We murder each other at an alarming rate. How do we get to it? Because we didn't just, you know what I'm saying, just pop up in America, right? And just was doing this. It was conditions that was put on us, right? Read that.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 21. Yet I had planted thee in noble vine, holy and right seed.
So God said he planted us a noble vine, holy a right seed. We descend from royalty.
That's right.
When we came into America, we were not pitching drugs to one another. Read that again.
Bring it out.
Yet I had planted thee in noble vine, holy and right seed. How then art thou turned into a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me?
God says, how then have we become a degenerate plant to where we destroy one another, to where we look at each other as the enemy,
Right.
to where we look to one another as a come up, to where we poison our brothers, our sisters, our mothers, our grandmothers, our aunts, our uncles.
Right.
You're killing your own people.
That's right.
Read that again.
Yet I planted thee a noble vine, holy and right seed. How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant
That's
of
right.
a strange vine unto me?
How have we become a degenerate plant, Brother Maurice? How has it become that now we sell drugs to one another?
Teach.
We the top of the charts in everything that's bad, from murder, high crime, violence. How does it happen? Genesis 49:8. How did this happen? Because remember, the officer was going over our history, right? We were brought over here in shackles and chains and ships, right? How is it now that we become drug dealers, prostitutes,
Teach
murderers?
Teach him.
How did this happen? Read that.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 8.
Bring it out.
Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
So Judah, how you doing, bro? You know, I see you got your fringes, so you know a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So Judah, Brother Maurice, look at this sign right here. Judah. Before we were called African American, which is a term that was created in 1985 by Jesse Jackson.
Bring it out.
Before we were called Afro-American, which was after a hairstyle. Before we were called Negro, which means colored, mean black. Before we was called colored, we had a nationality, a name, a God-given name.
Teach him.
Judah means God's praise.
That's right.
Judah is the top tribe out of God's chosen nation. You understand that, Brother Maurice? So before that, we were known as Judah, God's praise. We weren't known as African American. That's a name that was created and put on us. This is how we became a degenerate plant, because we forgot our names.
That's right.
Your name attaches to who you are, to your customs, your heritage. All the things that you keep is attached to your name. Now what's attached to our name is what? Johnson, Brown, Green, Smith. All these names, where these names come from? Where these names come from? What you tell me, where these names come from? They came from the slave masters.
That's right.
They branded their names in us, and they taught us their customs and ways. Read that again.
Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
Judah, we're the top tribe. Continue.
Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies.
Our hand is in the neck of our enemies, meaning we live right in the midst of this beast system.
That's right. That's right.
I know you heard the expression, in the belly of the beast. That's where we at. We in Babylon the Great.
That's right.
The mother, this is the most wicked kingdom on the planet.
Right.
That's right.
Now, my bro, what's your name, bro? Calvin. This your young daughter, right? She in the K-12 school system, public school. All right, so if you're not familiar, Brother Maurice and Brother Calvin, I'm pretty sure you know they're passing certain things that they're teaching our children and trying to force it on them.
That's right.
They're trying to say now they got the choice to choose whether they're a male or a female.
That's right.
That's a wicked system.
That's right.
We in the, read that again.
Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies.
We live right in the midst of this beast system. Most of our brothers, they got an island to go back to. They got a landmass to go back to. But we're right here in the midst of this thing. Continue.
Thy father's children shall bow down before thee.
Bring it out.
Continue.
Judah is a lion's whelp.
We are lions. We naturally, as a people, are a warlike people, war for righteousness. But now you look at us, we war against each other.
Right.
Micah 2:8. We war against our own people. The Lord said we are lion-like people. What happened to us to where we became docile and that we worked for our own enemies? But we poison our own people.
Right.
Read that.
The book of Micah, chapter 2, and verse 8. Even of late my people has risen up as an enemy. Ye pull off the robe with the garments from them that pass by.
It says, even as late, my people has risen up as an enemy. We rise up as enemies against our own people.
That's right.
We don't even understand that when you selling drugs, you're an enemy to your own people.
That's right.
When you robbing and setting traps for your people, you're an enemy against your own people.
That's right.
That's why we fill the prisons, because our people are enemy against their own people.
That's right.
They don't understand brother love. They don't understand nationhood because they falling underneath the names of their captors. So they're learning the ways of their captors. Go back to Genesis 49.
Bring
Go
it
back.
out. Genesis chapter 49, verse 8.
Bring it out.
Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies.
Brother Maurice, we in the belly of the beast right now. Continue.
Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey, my son. Thou art gone up. He stooped down. He croucheth as a lion, and as an old lion. Whom shall rouse thee up?
It says, as an old lion, who shall rouse him up?
Teach.
What happened to us? Back in the 60s, our people rose up. Our women were in order. Our men were in order. We loved each other. We wore our hair naturally.
Bring it out.
Now what's happened? They put drugs in our community.
Right.
They incarcerated our fathers.
Right.
Now they teach our sons that it's okay to be sagging your pants.
Right.
It's okay to represent the homosexual lifestyle, which started in prison.
Right.
Grown men walking around with their pants sagging their ass out.
Bring it out.
This is what happened. This was systematic. This wasn't overnight. We're in the belly of the beast, bro. It's our time that we start to wake up. Read that again.
Wake 'em up.
Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies.
Yes, brother. It's a shame to have your pants sagging. Pull them up. We appreciate that. Pull your pants up.
Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey, my son. Thou art gone up. He stooped down. He croucheth as a lion.
So we began to rise as a people. Back when Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, we understood who the enemy was.
That's right.
We were suffering blatant, overt racism.
Right.
Our people said we gotta unify. So what the enemy said? He said, I'm gonna put systematic things in place to destroy them.
That's right.
I put welfare in their system.
Teach.
I put Planned Parenthood in their system. I put all these abortion clinics in their system.
Right.
I put these peon drug dealers in their system.
Right.
Now all they do is poison one another.
Right.
Now all they do is hate one another.
Bring it
Now
out.
all they do is prostitute one another.
That's right.
Bring it out.
Read that again.
Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey, my son. Thou art gone up. Thou stoopest down. He crouching as a lion and as an old lion. Who shall rouse him up?
So who's gonna rise them up? Psalms 94:6. Who's gonna, Brother Maurice, who's gonna rise up our people? Who's gonna tell our people, hey, listen, the things that you're doing are wrong. The things that you're doing are destroying us. We have to return back to our righteous names, our righteous ways.
Right.
You understand that? Listen to this, bro.
Psalms chapter 94, verse 16.
Bring it out.
Who will rise thee up from against me, thou evildoers?
Read it again.
Who will rise up for me against the evildoers?
So the Lord is asking Brother Maurice and Brother Calvin, who's going to rise up against the evil in the midst of our community?
Bring it out.
Who's going to rise up against the evils of these systems that were set in place?
Teach.
Are we going to continue to be peons in the system and continue to destroy one another? Or are we going to rise up and return back to our Heavenly Father and be that lion-like people?
That's right.
You understand what we're saying? It's high time that we wake up. Read that again.
Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
Against the workers of iniquity. Selling drugs to one another is a work of iniquity. You're poisoning one another. Prostituting your sister is a work of iniquity. You're whoring out your sisters. It's high time that y'all wake up, black man. 1 Corinthians 15:34. Say again? What you say? Say again? They holding themselves? Hey, bro, if you gonna talk dialogue with us, come on, bro. Don't throw your rock and hide your hands, bro. Come on now. Dialogue with us. Come on, bro. Come on.
Bring it out.
Read that.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 15 and verse 34. Bring it out. Awake to righteousness and sin not.
Hold on, bro. I can't hear you, bro. Bro, I can't hear you. I can't hear you, bro.
We don't sell. Women sell themselves. OnlyFans, all that. They getting paid.
Okay. So what's your name, bro? What's your name? What's your
How
name?
you doing? I'm Pete.
Pete?
Yeah.
Pete? All right, listen.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 15 and verse 34. Bring it out. Awake to righteousness and sin not.
So it said awake to righteousness, brother Pete. So you said it's about our sisters, right?
Yeah.
So they don't sell themselves. We don't
No,
sell
we
them.
don't
They sell
sell
themselves.
them, they sell themselves.
All
I
right,
protect my
Leviticus
women.
19:29 and Deuteronomy 23:17. So let's listen to this, brother Pete, because the thought is that they don't sell them, we don't sell them, they sell themselves, right? But understand this, somebody buying them.
That's right.
That's right.
That thought process of them making money by selling their vagina, it ain't came from them.
Right.
Somebody buying them. Somebody their customers.
Right.
Read that.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore.
It says don't prostitute your daughter to cause her to be a whore.
That's right.
What's one way that we whore with our sisters? We boyfriend, girlfriend.
Right.
I hit it and quit it. I move on to the next one. I got to jump off. I got a side piece.
Right.
I got a sneaky link. That's how you prostitute your daughters. Because if you ain't marrying that woman when you, brother Pete, listen up, brother Pete. If you ain't marrying that woman when you lay down with her,
Right.
you making her a whore.
That's
right.
Read that again.
Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom.
The land fall to whoredom. You look at our communities, no marriages. 70% of our brothers that's in prison.
Everybody out here ain't got no girlfriend.
Nope. Nope.
Absolutely not.
Our brothers, raise your hand. Raise your hand if you're married. Raise your hand if you're married to one woman.
That's right.
Take care of our kids. That's what we push. This is righteousness. Read that again.
Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore.
We don't do no boyfriend, girlfriend.
That's
We
right,
don't do
that's
no
right.
jump off.
Right,
We don't
right.
do no stinky link.
Right.
Listen to this. This is why, Pete. Pete,
Pete.
don't
Pete.
listen. Deal with it, Pete. Listen to this. Listen to this. Finish that.
Don't do that, Pete. No
Come on, Pete.
accountability.
Come on, Pete.
No accountability.
Lest the land fall to whoredom.
Lest the land fall to whoredom. That's why we don't do it.
Right.
Because if you look at our communities, 70% of the prison is raised by single parent mothers.
That's right.
Where the daddy at?
Right.
We got all these daddy issues. That's why we're trying to be a man, trying to act like a man, but we don't even understand what a manhood is.
right.
Come on, Pete. Deal with it, Pete. Read that again.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom.
And that's why our communities are plagued with single parent mothers. That's why our communities are plagued with STDs. That's why our communities are plagued with abortion clinics. This is why you said you protect our sisters, Brother Pete. Brother Pete, you said you protect our sisters.
Bring it on.
If you protect our sisters, why 70,000 black women go missing every year?
That's right.
Why? Why are we being sex trafficked? Why?
Bring it out.
Why? Because you're not standing up, Brother Pete.
That's right.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23 and verse 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel.
There shall be no whores of the sons and daughters of God.
Right.
None. We can't prostitute our daughters. So no, they don't sell themselves, you sell them. You sell them when you say it's okay for them to come out the house any type of way.
That's right.
You sell them when you say it's okay for your daughter to have a boyfriend.
That's right.
You sell them when you say it's okay to have a side piece. That's when you sell them, Brother Pete. Listen up.
There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel.
There shall be no whore nor sodomites. If you ain't there as a father, that son is growing up with effeminate ways.
That's right.
When you there not there to chastise and correct your son, he growing up with his mama attitude.
That's right.
He growing up with his mama ways. He carrying around a pocketbook because you ain't there.
That's right.
He wearing high heels because you ain't there.
That's right.
He talking about he transgender because you is not there.
That's right.
Read that again.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23 and verse 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel.
Nor a sodomite of the sons and daughters of God. You cannot say that you stand up for the black community and you allow your sons and your daughters to prostitute themselves. If you're not there in your son's life, you're allowing him to be a sodomite.
That's
Because
right.
he's growing up with effeminate ways.
That's right.
He's growing up with effeminate ways if you're not there for your son.
Bring it on. Wait, come on.
You got to marry your sisters. You cannot allow them to be prostituted by jumping from one to the next. Read that.
The book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 16. Bring it out. And if a man entice a maid,
Listen to this, Brother Calvin. And Brother Calvin and Brother Maurice. Brother Maurice and Brother Calvin, right? Listen to this. Listen to this.
and if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
So if a man spits game to a young woman that's not promised to another man that's married, if he does that and he has sex with her, he has to make that woman his wife.
That's right.
That's how you prevent. That's how you prevent single parent mothers.
Right.
That's how you prevent the abortion clinic. 20 million of our black kids have been murdered since 1973.
Right.
That's how you prevent that. That's how you prevent 70% of the prisons filled with our black skin.
That's right.
That's how you prevent that. That's how you prevent our sons stop being on the corner,
Right.
thinking they know what they're doing as a man, but it's not. You in the boy stand. That's why our brothers sag with their pants. They don't even know how to carry themselves. They don't even know how to carry themselves, man. Read that again.
The book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
So if you lay with that woman, you got to make that woman your wife. You got to. Hebrews 13:4. There is no jump off. How you doing, sis? All right. Just listen on there.
Yes, sir.
So there is no jump off.
Bring it out.
There is no sneaky link.
Right.
There is no side chick.
Right.
One woman, one man.
That's right.
You lay down with that woman, you got to make her your wife.
That's
You got
right.
to take care of them kids that come from that. Because that's what sex come with sex. Reproduction, right?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? God didn't just create sex for pleasure. He created it for production, right? Read that.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers God will judge.
So, Brother Pete, God honors marriage.
That's right.
Marriage. If you ain't married to that sister you laying with, you causing her to be a whore.
That's right.
And God said whoremongers gonna be judged. How we get judged? Brother Maurice, how does God judge whoremongers?
Bring it out.
So, you know what a whoremonger is? A whoremonger, let's say you seen Black Panther, right? You seen a Killmonger? His name was Killmonger because he killed a lot, right? So a whoremonger is somebody that whores a lot, right? So how does God judge a man that sleeps around with a lot of women? Yeah, how does he judge him? You know, sis, how does God judge a man that sleeps around with a lot of women? So how does he do it? Do you know, Brother Calvin?
I'm not sure.
All right, so listen. If a man sleeps around with a lot of women, some of the ways he can be judged, you got that Deuteronomy 28:61. some of the ways he can be judged, we're finna read it. Let's read, listen up.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 61. Also, every sickness.
Every what?
Every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed.
That's how he destroyed them. That's how the Lord destroys whoremongers.
That's right.
He said sickness and plagues. That's why we at the top of the charts in all these STDs.
That's right.
Because our brothers don't know how to discipline themselves and keep they pecker in their pants.
That's right.
That's why. He said if you don't obey the confinements of marriage, and that one woman that you laid down with, 1 Corinthians 7:2, that one woman that you laid down with and make her your wife, and you play the whore, and you want to jump from woman to woman or man to man, he said, I'm going to plague you. I'm going to give you STDs. I'm going to give you AIDS.
Bring it out.
I'm going to give you chlamydia. I'm going to give you clap. I'm going to give you herpes. I'm going to give you all these bad plagues upon you until you be destroyed.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. It's nation time.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word